So I'm a Lil Wayne and Ricky Rose fan, so I was super excited to hear them on the track with Jay-Z, but he easily stole the show with his marathon of a verse on the title track of DJ Khaled's new album, God Deeds. Now since the day that it dropped, this track has been a topic of conversation all around the culture. And it got so crazy that Jay-Z himself went on to a Twitter space with DJ Khaled to discuss his verse. Now, so many different perspectives were explored during this conversation, but after it was all said and done, this one little snippet went viral, and it seemed to ruffle a lot of feathers over on Twitter, man.
Yeah, we not gonna stop. You know, the hip hop is young. We still growing, and we're not falling for that technology, whatever, you know, this public puts out there. Now that, you know, before was the American dream, pull yourself out of bootstraps and you can make it in America. All these lies that America told us our whole life. And then when we start getting it, they try to lock us out of it. They start inventing words like, you know, capitalist and, you know, things like that. I mean, you know, we've been called nigger and monkeys and shit. I don't care. Those words y'all come up with, y'all got to come up with stronger words. When I say y'all, I'm not talking about you. The words they come up with, they got to come up with stronger words. We're not going to stop. We're not going to be tricked out of our position. Y'all locked us out. Y'all created a system that, you know, doesn't include us. We said, fine. We went our alternate route. We created this music. We did our thing. You know, we hustled. We fucking killed ourselves to get to this space. And, you know, now it's like, you know, eat the rich and think, man, we're not stopping. So that evolution is, you know, from us, you know, we came from selling 7 records and selling records out our trunk, and, you know, no radio play. And I think Reasonable Doubt did 36,000 the first week or something like that. I may be adding a little to it, you know. So, you know, I come from Marcy Projects. In my first house, 615 Lexington Avenue, my grandmother's house, 7 families lived. Like, she has 7 kids. My mother and, you know, my parents and siblings lived in that house. My aunt Niecy lived in that house. Hootie lived in that house. Butchie lived in the basement. I mean, this is one house. I went back to that house. I did an interview with Oprah, and I couldn't believe how small this house was, that all of us lived in that house. So again, that evolution that you speak of, it's just real, and it's happening in real time, and I'm talking about it. And you know, we're not going to stop, and we're not going to stop talking about it. They're not going to trick us out of it and make us feel ashamed to be successful in a place that, you know, set up a system for us to be dead at 21.
Now, after hearing that right there, many folks on Twitter went ham, pun intended, on Jay-Z after his sarcastic remarks about being shamed for being a capitalist. But not to be transparent and honest and give it up, he is wrong, because anti-capitalism isn't a new thing. It was something that many civil rights leaders used as a talking point to fight against when it came to the establishment, you feel me? But I still see where he's coming from. But let's check out some of the things that folks were saying though. So this dude right here says he really said that we made up the word capitalism to trick wealthy black people into feeling ashamed about being successful. That is what's sending me laughing emojis. And this guy responds saying, of course, Jay-Z believes anti-capitalism is a trick. He's the poster child for capitalism right there with Puffy, Obama, and Kamala. Their success does nothing for my community, if not makes things worse, because they can point and say, why can't you be like them? That's a bold statement right there. I cannot fully agree with that statement right there at all. But I see what you're coming from, but I can't fully agree, but let's keep it moving. So this dude right here says, correct me if I'm wrong, but did Sean Carter say the American dream, specifically pulling yourself up by the bootstraps, was a lie? But the content in his rap states he did just that. Why do successful blacks always repeat this rhetoric to those seeking a way to make it themselves? But that was combated with this guy saying your bootstraps implied working boots, that you went and got an honest job and worked. Jay literally said on his first album, 9 to 5 is how you survive. I'm not trying to survive. I'm trying to live it to the limit and love it a lot. You feel me? I'm trying to thrive. Now this lady right here says, I could not figure out why my 2+ year old tweet was suddenly live again. And this person says, being Jay-Z must be exhausting. Can you imagine all these niggas coming up to you to talk business when you're not that smart yourself? Wow. And this lady saying, name a time when lack of info or intellect has shut a man up. I'll wait. Now, why y'all want to be misandrous? Like, is this the time to be that? God damn, that's crazy. My thing is, smart in what sense? Smart in what sense, you know? Now, being called a capitalist is obviously a soft spot for Jay, because this isn't his first time being hit with this talking points, being hit with these things. And the most notable time, or shit, probably not that notable because the interview has since been deleted, but Saul Williams, I believe he's a poet, he went on the Breakfast Club and he made these statements right here.
When Jay said I couldn't help the poor if I was one of them, you know what I'm saying? Thank God Harriet Tubman didn't think that way. Word. You know what I'm saying? Thank God Sojourner Truth didn't think that way. Malcolm X didn't think that way. Martin Luther King didn't think that way. Assata Shakur didn't think that way. You know what I'm saying?
That's the same exact thing I told Kanye West when he was saying you got to be a billionaire to be a revolutionary.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
You need to be one with the people to be a revolutionary. You need to speak directly to the people and understand that you don't need money to win. You need a heart. You need a soul. You need to feel connected to the universe in order to win. And that's what winning is. And so we have misconstrued the meaning of winning. You know what I'm saying? And so I think the problem facing all of us. So when you say our community, I'm thinking of the global community. You know what I'm saying? Not only the black community, the white community, anyone. We just need to realize that the ultimate power is not money. You know, that the powers of being will always prevail over the powers that be. You know what I'm saying? And that's always been the truth. It's never gonna change. You know what I'm saying? But people are changing. Like, that's for me, like you were talking about Biggie. I remember Dream Hampton was the first person to play me Biggie in her apartment back in the day, right? I love Dream too. And I remember I heard that get money, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem. And sure enough, you know what I'm saying? Look at these cats out here, you know what I'm saying, who are acting like money makes them God. You know what I'm saying? Like, cats are confused. Cats are real confused. Like, you know, I'm on my grind too. I'm making money writing poems. Like, that's amazing. But I'm not bragging about the money that I'm making. I'm taking every opportunity and every microphone that's placed in front of me to speak truth to power, because that's what's important to me. That's what's important to me, not the paycheck. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could talk about anything. We could talk about anything, seriously, but it's really important that we focus and realize that money is not going to save the day. You know what I'm saying? Money is important. Money has its role in our lives, and I'm not against earning money and saying we should all be poor or anything like that. I'm just saying that we need to get our priorities straight and realize that there's something that we can adjust and address within ourselves that's larger, you know, than our bank accounts.
Now, Jay was bothered by that, and he actually went and sent well, he sent him an email, but they didn't really actually have his address. He said, hey, somebody just get that to that boy, and they figured out a way to get to him. So homie shared this on the Instagram saying this was Jay said to me. So Jay said this in the email saying, tell Ford to Saul, I don't know if this interview is new or old, but our fight for economic freedom is new. It's not the same war that Harriet Tubman was fighting. If I use the same weapons as them, I will be shooting a musket at people with fully automatic assault rifles. Although I think it's a must, we challenge each other. We should be careful that it doesn't come off as judgment. I sit in the middle of these things because I think that as black people, with not being monolithic, we need as many perspectives as possible to go and all lead to a solution for us. So we need the people that's strong on Saul's opinions to be strong. We need people that's strong on Jay's opinions to be strong, and these people should all build their own, you know, governing party for us black folks and all work towards our solutions. I think everything needs to be able to coexist for us to get to where we need to go to. If Jay's focusing on finances, he focused on that. If Saul focused on the spirit, the mind, the body, the soul, he focuses on that, and we all still need to work in connection with each other to get to where we need to go to. You know, sometimes I get confused with the purpose of the black people who step out to condemn black rich people. You know, I'm like, you know, are you doing this to actively find a solution or present a solution, or is it to cope with your reality? So you condemn those who represent what success is in other people's eyes, you know? And I ask that because of this. People complain about representation while simultaneously complaining about the system. So we want representation within the system that we hate. But the smart folks know that the only real fight is the fight for representation, because we're way too deep in the system of capitalism, you know? So we have to play the game to win. Even Richard Pryor had an interview where he stated how he felt about capitalism, but he also understood, you know, the duality of it all, like why you still have to play the game.
Capitalism is to promote racism, you know, right? In order to make things work. If you feel better because you're white and you can get a job, you use that. I mean, you know, I would.
Absolutely.
Say, I'm sorry, Jack, but shit, they say I'm white, I'm gonna use this.
Right, absolutely.
Get this job, I'm hungry, you know. But, and that separates people. So they keep people separated, and that keeps them from thinking about the real problem. That's as simple as I see it. Probably it's not that simple, but.
Now, all right, you and I are about the same age, right? We're in our mid-30s. How long is it going to take before guys who think like you, and I say guys who think like me, people who don't want to have racism in the country, people who don't want to be oppressing any minority, whatever it is, sexual, whatever minority, really get into positions of power and can change things?
You can't get in a position of power, it seems, if you think like that. It seems that the only time you get in a position of power is if you're like the people that are in power. To me, I mean, that's the way it goes. I mean, people that get to become executives become like the people that were already executives.
I don't know, maybe.
They go in with good intentions, but it eats them up. It's like a cesspool, you know, it just gets on you and it starts
The system
eating.
levels them.
Pretty soon it's all
Is that
gone.
what a cesspool sounds like?
Yes.
You know, that's why I find it disingenuous for the people with experience, with wisdom, that attack black people for mastering the system, knowing that at this point, this shit ain't gonna change, homie. Or at least for the foreseeable future. We could talk all that we want to, sing the best songs with the most beautifulest voice, say the most profound statements and speeches, but the people in power, they are never going to feel sorry enough for us to sacrifice their position in society to let us replace them. They may give us a slice of cheese, but they will never give us their farm. So we're foolish to believe that our tweets will change their mind. Our simple tweets, when people who have been doing much more than us leading up to the time, they've been doing much more than us. If they ain't get their minds to change, why you think it's us on Twitter gonna make a difference? We just simply have to play the game to win, and some people have to lose for that. And the messed up thing about it is that in this tournament of life, on the road to the wealth championship, you know, in our regional brackets, we have to beat people that look like us. So on our paths to victory, we cause a lot of damage in our own communities, you know. And I'm sure that's a numbing experience for the victors, because for them to sleep at night, like, they have to remove emotion somehow. So, you know, that's why I'm not surprised that when it comes to people like Rihanna or Kanye West, a huge indictment on them with their huge corporations, companies that they built. A huge indictment is to pay for the laborers, you know, the people that makes their products. Cause like, man, the only concern for them folks is the profit margins. When they're going and trying to find some warehouses to produce their product, they're not asking how much you're paying the workers. The only thing that they're asking in regards to money is how much for the product. And anybody that's on our level, on my level, that's selling merchandise or selling clothing or selling some things, if you honestly are asking your vendors how much they are paying their workers, you are one of the best people in the world, because you're thinking for people and you need a Nobel Peace Prize, because honestly, a lot of us aren't doing that. We are not sitting there asking our vendors how much they're paying their workers. We're just trying to figure out the best vendor with the cheapest prices so I can make sure that I can make some type of money, man. But yes, I do get it that when you get to that certain level, like, you have much more responsibility, or you have much more to spare to be able to help people more than a person like myself, you know. But are we doing charity or business? But don't get me wrong, I still understand people becoming upset when people do find out the information of understanding how much the laborers are being paid for creating products. I understand that, I get that, I see it. But back on Jay-Z and black wealth, black capitalism, a lot of people have been having conversations like whether or not that is an answer for us as a community to be able to pull us out of the situation that we're in, you know? Some people think that black capitalism is the answer.
You don't need a President Obama. God bless him. I'm glad we had a black president. we need a black Bill Gates more than we needed a black President Obama. Right? You know, you need somebody who you need a multi billionaire who's going to create billionaires and then create 100 millionaires and create millionaires, because all those people are gonna create philanthropy in their neighborhoods, going to create internships, jobs, economic opportunity. The trickle down effect from that is off the chain.
Some folks just don't agree with black capitalism. They believe in black liberation. Like, say for instance, the homie FD Signifier, I think that's how you say his channel name, shout out to him. But he made a strong point speaking on Beyonce's and her hypocrisy when it comes to her female empowerment and black liberation. Like, he says, nah, she's a hypocrite, basically because how she handled the situation when Khalees was upset with her because of Khalees being sampled on Beyonce's album, and due to Khalees' business setup, she wasn't going to get paid for it. So homie felt like she should have leaned on Pharrell and used her power to, you know, pressure him into making things right with Khalees. But FD is under the impression that Beyonce is not going to do that, because that's going to open up a can of worms with anybody that Jay-Z has ever had up under him in a similar situation. And Beyonce just simply resolved the issue with Khalees by removing her off of the song. I'll link his discussion down below. If I don't remember, just comment it and I'll send you guys a link. And shouts out to him. But I'm not here to contest his idea. I just want to start a conversation. Like, with knowing the mind state that's necessary to get to that position that these folks are in, I'm never surprised by these situations. I'm never surprised by them. I simply believe that, like, in the long haul, you become to grow a distaste for people with the victim mind state, you know, and you gravitate towards those with the by any means mind state. The ones who know they're at a disadvantage, but still by any means they want to win so bad that they may even cheat to win. I think people like Beyonce, or definitely Jay-Z, he relates to those folks, you know. I just want real niggas to be seen, you know, coming from where he come from, having to trap to, you know, this shit is rigged anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and cheat my way up, just like they cheated their way up to figure myself in this position. And hopefully when I'm in that position, I can help. And who knows, you know, I'm thinking maybe they have seen so many victims, you know, people with the victim mind state, and they possibly have tried to help them. But if that person can't help themselves, then who am I? Like, what good am I to them if they can't help themselves? And not on some real sinister shit, but you know, the folks that ain't even really trying, you know, they just rather complain rather than try. I'd rather give something to the person that's making something out of nothing than rather the person that's just sitting there with nothing, like, why don't I have anything? Like, shit, I know that me investing in this person, they for sure are gonna make something happen, rather than me just giving to this person where I have no proof of them making shit pop. But because nevertheless, they do create wealth for more people. So that's why when dude in an earlier tweet saying that it doesn't help the community, I think it does help the community. Because this is what it comes down to, in my opinion. There's a game that's being played. No matter how much you want to ignore it, be upset with it, it's a game that's being played. And I hope that more often, that's been in the past, the people that win look like myself. And for not much other reason than seeing people like yourself be successful gives you the understanding that it's possible. The victim mind state is aided. It's aided by seeing us lose over and over and over again. So when little children, they're growing up and they starting to understand the world, and they starting to see that we're always constantly here. We're constantly here. And very, very little of us are up here. They're gonna think that it's tough to get up there. It's tough for us to win. So I just think that with us winning more, it helps the mind. It helps us know that it's possible. You know, it helps us break that glass ceiling and know that we can climb all the way to the top and we can get there. Although we know that it's tough, we still know that it's possible. But we've been losing so much as a people that we even thought to the belief that the only way that we could be so successful is that we are doing deals with the devil. Like, y'all remember that time? Like 2010, we thought everybody that was successful getting money was an Illuminati. We thought it was that impossible for black folks to win. That's how much we are like messed up by this victim mind state. So just for that simple thing and understand society in this capitalism world, there's gonna be winners and losers. I just want us to win more often than we've been winning lately, you know. Try your best to not lose yourself. And also understand what success means to you. Make sure y'all smash the like button and turn on the noti bells. And Godspeed to 40K, 40,000 subscribers. Subscribe if you haven't already, man. Great commentary over here. Sometimes we having fun. Sometimes we just updating some things, man. Updates your states. Y'all know what y'all get out of me if you don't know already, man. Thank you for watching to this point of the video. I'm gonna go and get up out of here though. It's your boy Stacie. Yo.